Just taking your time to get there. If you find in downward dog that your back feels more rounded and you've got more weight pushing into your hands, into your feet, so like this is kind of where I was when I started yoga, then I want you to bend the knees and push the chest towards the knees. And as you do that, you'll notice that your back will get longer. And just keep the knees as bent for as long as you need to. And you're working the sit bones up, and over time you'll find that your hamstrings and your legs and your glutes will all get a bit stretchier, and you'll be able to bring that straightness into the legs, whether the heels are on the ground or material. I mean, I can walk my feet further forwards and bring my feet to the ground, but I notice I can feel my back just rounds, and it's a much happier and healthier place for me to have the feet that further away and just have the heels off the ground. So floating the leg up, when we come to a three-legged dog, the hips stay square and you're pushing to the back of the room. If you want that extra stretch, you can bring the leg up, and again it'll help. You can bring the chest down towards the knees. So we're going to come back more to a neutral place and then bend into that right knee, and we're going to stack the hip. The right hip on top of the left is a beautiful hip opener. It's such a lovely place, and it feels like, well, for me it just feels bliss. It just, well, we've got super tight hips. It's a nice place just to close down the eyes. And then from here you've got lots of options. You can come and do some crunches. So you can come straight into crunch into the nose and float up either to three-legged or to a hip opener. You can crunch to the opposite elbow and again maybe open out, or you can just bring the body to a high lunge or a low lunge or tabletop. So we're just going to come into a high lunge. Now obviously we put a lot of pressure into both our wrists, but I can really feel that on my right wrist. I'm just going to give myself a little stretch and then reach up and then hinge forwards, and we're going to step back to downward dog and do the same on the left side. Slowing down the breath. Floating the left leg up. Start with the hips nice and square. So just feel that lovely length. We move forward ever so slightly. Floating that leg up. Again, you might want to have a little bit of a deeper stretch, letting the chest push in towards the leg, and then coming back to neutral. Bend the knee, and to begin with it might be that you're here, that you've got that knee bent and that feels like enough's going on. Make sure the supporting leg stays really straight. Try and avoid it crashing in or flaring out, and then opening out through the hip. So the left hip is stacking on top of the right hip. And you can get that lovely openness, the foot floats away, so it's almost like you're going to float away into Wild Thing. The hands are pushing in squarely, you're trying to keep the shoulders square, the head stays centre, and again you might want to do some lovely crunches. Knee to nose, rounding that back. Inhale to open out. Knee maybe to the opposite elbow. Inhale to open. And this time stepping forwards. We're just going to do the same as we did on the other side, but again just loosening out into the wrist, taking time to stack the shoulders over the hips, and then reaching up. And just a little reminder, when we reach up, even though we're reaching up, we're keeping the shoulders down. We're always trying to keep the space between our ears and our shoulders. It's just a really nice little tip in life.